So you pulled the $700 Chase card, and now you're trying to pawn it off as an interest-free loan. What does this community come to? Make sure you guys smash the ever-living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I read all sorts of hilarious things by the day out here. And, you know, the Battles of Legends set just dropped. And, you know, there's a lot of short prints. It's actually just short prints, the set. With the short prints, the half prints, the 3/4 prints, and then the regular cards that you can pull. So, you know, think about that. But the Dragon Master Magi out here has caused some of the most hilarious things that I've seen this community try to do. And one of them was talking about pawning off their version of the dragon for $700 on a 12-month interest-free loan out here. Going, whoever wants this, call me up, I'll be your bank, you can make these payments to me, it'll be no problem whatsoever. Now, I'm not gonna lie, was that $60 a month to walk away with this $700 card? The way that this is presented is one of the most hilarious things that I have ever actually seen. Because one, if you're posting this in a random group and you're like, hey, today I'm going to do you a favor. Today I've pulled this $700 card. And you know what? I understand that you probably don't have $700. But you know what? The bank of Robbie M. Cole 40 out here is going to give you the most interesting chance of all. For 12 no interest payments, by the way, you can walk away with this card. Now, because this is a bank, you will not be receiving that card until this is completely paid off. The card goes down to $500. Well, we agreed on $700. Congratulations. You're going to be out all of this. You're actually... This is not a good mentality to have with this. Now, I will totally turn this over here. We will flip this conversation to the other side. We'll go, okay, face down, ass up. That's the way I like to, have it. All right. So we'll flip the tables here. Now, this is with a friend, somebody that IRL, somebody that absolutely wants this card. And you're like, hey, I understand you don't have this money at this point in time. You want to give it to me over time. And that'd be the case where, if it's somebody that somebody you trust, you can hand them the card. They'll pay you back slowly. I have plenty of people in my life I would do that with because they're trustable. To sit here on the internet and go, hey, I don't have a reputation whatsoever. You can trust me. All right, I'm the random internet guy for those 12 basic payments out here. Oh, wait, you couldn't pay last month? Oh, well, that sucks. All right. Oh, wait, you can't pay for 2 months in a row either? You've lost your job? Well, sorry, no refunds. I get to keep the card. Get good. There's too much risk versus reward in this sort of situation, and presenting yourself in this manner is not really something that I like at all. The reason why I chose to make the video on this is because this is one of those humorous experiences that you look at out here and you're like, holy shit, you're full of shit. Like, really? Like, 12 months, interest-free, baby. Think about that. My double chin is tingling here with excitement, telling me that this is not going to go well. And you know what? Another big thing about this is, what if this person chooses to exit scam while you're, making these payments? That's another thing that I never really get the chance to talk about on the channel is, let's flip this back on over here. Let's get back to the serious side of this video. All right. Exit scamming is when we see it all the time. I've seen it. There are so many exit scams that actually take place in the high world of the Yu-Gi-Oh community. So this is where, you build relationships with people for years. All right. You'll do all of this extremely good business. You'll do over like $10,000, $30,000, $40,000 in business over 10 years with these people. This is chump change to these people. And then one day they'll go, fuck Yu-Gi-Oh! I hate this game. Deuces. And then they'll disappear off into the sunset. Off into the yonder. Off into some country off of the grid out here. And now, you've left this person you've done $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 business with, $5,000 in the hole. I've heard cases of this happening. I believe there's a case for $10,000, $15,000 that happened a couple years back. Point of all of this is when you get so involved with all of the different sorts of things that happen in this community, or you no longer have an interest in this game, it amazes me that people are so quickly to cut ties, burn their own bridges, just for a quick amount of money. Personally, I think the long-term building those relationships with people that you 150 per, well, I guess you can't really say that about everybody. With the people that you feel that you have a good working relationship with, I can name 3 off the top of my head that I can say that about with any undoubtable certainty in my life, that those people will not burn bridges with me, strictly because of good business, long-term relationships, and personal friendships with them. Now, obviously, keeping business and friendships aside, it is a rough time out here for a lot of these things. I'm not going to lie about that. But trusting a random, Joe on the internet set up a payment plan with that has a 0 track record of any sort of, success, it's not going to happen, because long term, there's no contract in this $700 free loan. There is no way that, you set this up, terms and conditions. Do I get to refinance my loan? Do any of you know what that means? All right, what if the value depreciates? Well, we still agreed on $700, so I'm still, screwed anyway if the value on this changes. If you're doing things like this, stick to the people that you know. I would not do this with every single person in the world, 150%, but for those I've had good relationships, I would do this. Other things to really consider out here. I know we talked about the exit scam thing. Good relationships in this game are very hard to find. I'm not going to lie to you about that. A lot of it is got to be people that you know. This is also, while we talk about, people not having money to play the game, you can very easily go borrow a deck from somebody and be able to play if those people trust you. Every community has good Samaritans, all right? It's just, if you're one of the people that is a little bit snarky or an absolute jerk, and, you talk condescendingly down to these good people in your community, no, they're not going to help you out, all right? And that's a big thing to talk about. The golden rule of life is treat others as you want to be treated. If you're being an absolute prick at the end of the day to these people, an absolutely insatiable person, then there is absolutely no reason for these people to want to help you out. They're not going to do anything like let you borrow something, trade you a card that they just pulled that you needed. They're going to keep it to spite you because your overall demeanor and attitude has been awful. And I don't even know why I need to tell you this, because I've witnessed it throughout years, all right? We all have that one guy that we consider insufferable in our lives, all right? And then they'll come up to you and they'll ask you, hey, can I get that? And you're like, no, I don't like you. We all have it, all right? I just want to throw that out there, and especially in a $700 interest-free loan over the course of 12 payments, over the course of a year, possibly. It's not a good thing to do, all right? But hey, you know what? If you want to do it, you do you. That's the biggest thing. I'm just here to talk about the experiences and things I see on the internet and give my 2 cents as an individual for what I would or wouldn't do. Now, if this is a close friend of mine, they had something I wanted, yeah, sure, why not? All right, but if it's somebody completely random, absolutely not. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.